Hello, so this is our Capstone project. It is called Now Showing. So our idea started off with being based on the amount of time you had available. So recommending you, if you only had about 30 minutes, that you would be able to find movies that were either 30 minutes or less, that you could fill that space of time that you had. That it did become that, but we did add more to it. We included posters of the movies or series if they were available, a rating, so you could see if you wanted a popular movie or not, and where to watch it. So a little introduction. So there's 2 group members. I am Abby Roller, so I mainly took care of the design in HTML and CSS, and then I added some inputs. But I am the project leader, and German Perez is my second hand. He kind of got everything started up and got it all set up. He helped with the inputs and filtering with the outputs. He was the creator of the CSV converters. Let's go to our app here. So here's our converter, the CSV converter. This is the movie one. So this is the link that you would have to put in. Like, you could put it into your web browser and it would show up or something. However, the only changing factor about it is the number that is in between these two before they connect. So that number determines data. So we made a for loop to make that easier on us, because we found out that the data is kind of scattered. Some numbers did not have data existing on it. So to counter that, we made a way to catch those empties and skip them. TV one is the same thing. It's just for TV. So let's go over the app real quick here. Basically, we use a Shiny Apps Flu UI, which allows us to make a responsive page. And then we had these conditional panels. So there's 2 conditional panels, and these conditional panels based on if it's a movie or series that you selected. Once those are selected, it'll give you a bunch of options, which is your language, popularity, time, and genres, which these are the same for both of them, but the genres are a little different. Then if you come down here, this is where we filter out the data to display what you need. So if you selected the TV data, it would give you this one. If you selected the movie data, it would be this one. And then it would go through and filter, and it would filter it based on what you put. And then it would eventually paste it, which this is where a lot of the HTML kind of is, and it would design and change it up like CSV, and then it would post what movies and stuff that you would make up the amount of time you selected, the popularity, stuff like that. So to do all this, though, in order to do all this, we had to use Git for that, by the way, just because it was easier for us to learn Git and then use it to go back and forth when we worked on it together. All right, so here's the app, and this is what you see in the beginning. It is responsive. So it's asking, oh, what would you like to select? Do you want a movie or series? So let's say I wanted to watch a movie. All right. Now, when you press that search button, it allows you to see all of the selections you have. So the time available in minutes, popularity, and a language bar, along with obviously the main important genre. So let's say I wanted to watch a science fiction. All right, look, I got some options here. So I have at least a handful of options of what I want to watch. And it gives me the title, the length of time, how well of a score it got on voting from people. So like how popular it is and where I can watch it. And if I selected where to watch, it would bring me to this page, which it would show me that where I could watch it. But overall, this is what our app is. It allows you to look through multiple things. So obviously this is a science fiction, but it's different than the movies, right? But it still has all these. As you can see down here, though, this one image is unavailable. We did have to implement that because some images on the API were just not available. And so to counter that, we added this image of unavailable. So at least you can still see the time, the rating, and where to watch it in case you do want to still see it. Very lastly here, so what did we learn? So overall, we kind of learned a lot through our studio. We learned a lot more about our Shiny, going through the gallery to see what people have done already and what we can use. Looking up the methods, the documentation for it, and really learning the methods. We did publish our first Shiny apps. I'm pretty sure me and German haven't actually done that before. And so this was the first, so that's our first time using that. We did learn a lot about API, so we were able to learn a lot about API usage. So we were able to learn how to request it, how we could convert it, how we can do all this, and all through our studio. And other than that, we kind of did learn a little bit about GitHub. GitHub was something that was not really huge in a couple of our coding classes before, and now it was being put onto us, so we ended up learning it, and it was very, very helpful in this situation. Thank you guys for watching our capstone project video.